with him on fraternizing with the cast. I'm going to ask, Michelle, can you pull up Defendant's Exhibit 188, please?
Your Honor, I'm going to object on hearsay.
Your Honor, I'm going to, let's pull up 188A. I've redacted everything but what Mr. Depp says on 188A.
188A. You know, I already knew I couldn't be photographed, even if it was platonic. I couldn't be photographed with men or women that other people could possibly spin as romantic. I had learned that in January, the hard way. So I asked him permission if I could go to this concert. I accepted the invitation and went out to a concert, that the engagement would be off, that the relationship would be off. And he said I was foolish and naive, that no one could invite me to, how could I be so dumb to think that somebody could just invite me to a concert? Why would they want to hang out with me? Obviously it was because they wanted more from me, and that I probably wanted more too. Who's the other girl going to be there? And how could you be so stupid? How could you be so foolish? You're more naive. You should be stayed. I mean, that whole evening, I think for a few hours, I spent on the phone with him, texting, calling, or talking, hanging up on me. It was just being used. I was just being used. It was clear. He first says, I don't want to make anything an issue, baby, but I literally have been on the ground just 14 fucking hours from leaving your side. Do you see that? Yes. And then he says, you know what I want, who I am, and where I want to go with us. You know very well what type of fucking man I am, and yet you lay a gauntlet before me that you know is the very species of danger that will always attract me into a very tempting test. What's behind that door? Almost impossible to not take you on. You want me to roll the dice? This sounds more like an aggravated ultimatum than soft words that could help us make both feel better. Don't test me, please. Did he tell you that? Yes, he did. What did you understand that to mean? It was clear. It was a threat. A threat that if I wanted to be... Objection, speculation.
I think she can say what she understood it to mean. I'll sustain the difference. Okay. All right. One day he didn't come home, and I was worried sick. I found out that he was in a hotel room with Paul
Objection,
Bettany.
hearsay.
Okay. Move forward. When he came home, they had to carry him home.
Objection, hearsay.
Did you see that? I watched it. Okay. Okay, please continue. I watched, actually, I was shocked that he could do it. One of the security guards carried.
The monster, more than anything, was Miss Heard's way of referencing whether she perceived that I was on substances or taking substances. So the word monster it represented for her the consumption of alcohol or any other substances, whether it was actually happening or not, her perception. And so monster became her click word.
Right. But actually the term monster to describe yourself came from you.
Well, initially Miss Heard, I believe she started out with demons. She started out with saying that I had demons. And then when monster was put into a conversation, which again, I have a particular way of using words, vocabulary in my vernacular. So monster was something that if she stuck with tried and true, I mean, she just stayed with that.
Right, but it came from you. The term
unless
came
you
from
wanted
you.
to argue.
The term came from you, didn't it?
It's very probable. It's possible. It's probable that I might have used that word. Certainly.
Right, and in 2012, in fact, Elton John was one of your friends who was trying to help you get sober, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you sent him a message in 2012 where you thanked him for his help, and you said, quote, "I would have been swallowed up by the monster were it not for you. That is a simple fact." Isn't that true?
Yes. Again, the monster referring to alcohol and substances.
Correct. And you didn't send that message to Miss Heard. You sent that to Elton John. I would have been swallowed up by the monster were it not for you. Correct?
Elton
Can you pull up his
was a dear friend who has been sober for 40 years, 30 years. So he was. We had discussions, and he wanted me to get clean, sober.
I appreciate that. My only question was just to confirm that you had sent that message to Elton John, nothing else. Thank you.
So I'll just stop talking.
Thank you.
Johnny, like a baby.
into the house. And I looked at that, and his boots were hanging over the security guard's arm, who had to negotiate getting through the doorway, carrying Johnny like this. And I watched this, his assistants and the other security guards shaking their head, just shaking their head, acknowledging this is how bad it is. And I remember thinking, this has got to be it.